Welcome to Progressive Short Takes. I'm your host, Joe Firestone. Thank you very much for coming. My topic for this short take is, quote, the greenhouse gas chamber. And that is taken from a much longer article by Paul Street called For Real Resistance, the Fascist Trump Bar Regime Can't Simply Be Voted Out. It appeared in Counterpunch on September the 18th. But what I'd like to do is to quote a small part of it, and that section is entitled The Greenhouse Gas Chamber. So, quote, don't agree with me and others that Trump is a fascist. You're badly wrong on that, but okay, let's all at least agree with Noam Chomsky, who has strangely claimed that Trump has no ideology. That Trump is, quote, the most dangerous criminal in the history of the human race, unquote, as Chomsky noted early last February. Quote again, Hitler, okay, now we're quoting Chomsky, not Street. Hitler has been perhaps the leading candidate for this honor. His goal was to rid the German-run world of Jews, Roma, homosexuals, and other deviants, quote unquote, along with tens of millions of Slav, quote, Untermenschen, unquote. But Hitler was not dedicated with fervor to destroying the prospects of organized human life on Earth in the not too distant future, along with millions of other species. Trump is. And those who think he doesn't know what he's doing haven't been looking too closely. Every day brings new forebodings. We've just learned, for example, that the gigantic Thwaites Glacier in West Antarctica has been eroding from warm water below. The chief scientist involved in the study showing this warns that this may signal, quote again, an unstoppable retreat that has huge implications for global sea level rise, unquote. Going on with Street section, that's today. Tomorrow will be something worse. What's causing the warmer water? No secret. This is only one of the likely irreversible tipping points that may be reached if, quote, the chosen one, unquote, as he modestly describes himself, is granted another 4 years to carry out his project of global destruction. Trump's war on organized life on Earth is only the barest beginning. On the side, he has been casually proceeding to dismantle the last vestiges of the arms control regime that has provided some limited degree of security from terminal nuclear war, by eliciting cheers from the military industry, quote. The emphasis was added to that quote by Street. As I've been saying for years, the U.S.-led carbon capitalist project, well underway with presidential leadership under Obama and Bill Clinton, as well as Ronald Reagan, the two George Bushes, and Donald Trump, is to turn the entire planet into a greenhouse gas chamber. But here now is a president who takes the petro-capitalist madness to the point of banning federal agencies from using the phrase climate change, tearing up and abrogating every environmental regulation he can, and calling renewable energy un-American. The ultimate target for Trump's for the retribution Trump is seeking is humanity itself. This fascist antichrist is literally trying to wipe the species out. Wall Street says if he can't kill us off with pandemics and environmental ruin, he might get us with nuclear war, which Trump has all too quietly advanced behind the headlines over the last 3+ years. When Trump told California officials that, quote, the climate will get colder soon, just you watch, unquote. My mind went straight to nuclear winter and Trump's recent statement that his administration and the Pentagon have been developing awesome new nuclear weapons capabilities that blow our minds if we knew about them. That's the kind of language that can set off a terminal nuclear arms race, says Street. So I just thought that section was so on point that I had to read it for you. Trump is the most dangerous criminal in the history of the human race because his actions seem aimed at killing off the whole human race. And that is why Donald Trump is far more dangerous than Joe Biden is. And that is why we should fear Donald Trump far more than we fear Joe Biden. Of course, okay, a Biden administration is going to be a tough slog. Of course, we're going to have to fight every step of the way to make things happen in the way that is good for the United States. Of course, this is what we're going to have to do. But at least the President of the United States will not be embarked on projects to kill us all off, will not have the intention of implementing projects that are likely to initiate a greenhouse gas chamber, or a nuclear winter. That's what we have to keep our minds on. Well, that's all for this Progressive Shortcake. I'll be back with another one shortly.